What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Hey, how are ya? Okay, so in today's video, obviously you saw the title, so you know what's up. Ray Chan left a comment on my other Jeffree Star video the other day, and she asked me if I would do a tutorial using the shade Originality in the Scorpio palette, which is the Tiffany blue shade. And yes, Ray, I would be happy to do that. I agree, it is a beautiful color, and let's play with it. Let's do a look with it. Okay, now let's talk just for a second about color theory. What is Tiffany blue? Tiffany blue is an adaptation of robin's egg blue. What is robin's egg blue? Robin's egg blue is in the category of cyan when it comes to color theory, and cyan is opposite red on the color wheel. And you might be thinking to yourself, no, the opposite of red is green. Well, no, not anymore, because the color wheel has been modified over the years, and cyan is actually the opposite of red now. It is no longer green. Yeah, that has been changed over the course of the last few years, and the color wheel has gotten way more complex than it used to be. So the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because you may have noticed I have on a red sweater, and I also have on the e.l.f. red lip oil, because the way I do my makeup now is I moisturize my lips with lip oil first, then I do my base makeup, and by the time I get to my lipstick, the oil has sunk into my lips and moisturized it, and they've dried down enough that I can apply my lip products. So why am I telling you all this? Because the look we are doing today is going to be cyan and red. And the red is in my sweater, it's in my lip oil. I'm going to be using a red lipstick. I have on the Jeffree Star Icy Execution highlighting blush, which is red and white. Getting that Supreme mystery box was the best decision I ever made, because I use this almost every day, and I really hope that someday he makes the highlighting blushes permanent, because it just, I don't know, it makes a lot of sense to me to have a blush and a highlighter together. And a lot of you have said and left comments saying, well, couldn't you just use a shimmery blush in place of that? No, because this is mainly, I mean, they call it a highlighting blush, but this is mainly a highlighter. There's way more white than there is red. And when you put this on your face, if you were using a shimmery blush, you would see mostly blush. And in this case, it's mostly highlighter. So yeah, love this. Okay, so I have done the lip oil, and I used my e.l.f. liquid putty poreless primer. I bought a new concealer, and I have been loving this. I can't believe I never tried this before, because this is not a new product. I bought the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. The shade that I bought was vanilla, which is not my ideal shade, but they didn't carry anything else in the store that I was at. They didn't have the lighter shade that I needed, is what I should say. And then I have on my Kokie Cosmetics Full Cover Foundation. My shade in that is 10C. Contoured my face with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in Fair/Light. Filled in my brows with my Profusion Cosmetics Festive Brow Kit. And let's take it from there. So these days I have been just using concealer under my eyes and then all over my eye area, and that's all I use now to prime my eyes, because I don't know, it works for me. I don't have oily skin, so I don't have to worry about eyeshadows moving or creasing or anything like that. And this is a very moisturizing concealer, which is what my dry skin needs right now. And by the way, speaking of dry, irritated skin, that Jeffree Star face serum that I bought, the rice milk one, has been really working out great and doing wonders for my skin. It was worth every penny. I never used a face serum before, and what you do is you just put that on before you put on your face moisturizer, and so it's like double hydration. And yeah, this time of year especially, I need it. Okay, so I've got to move this back so that we don't have problems. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to grab a large shader brush and we're going to go right into that shade that I just showed you, Originality, which is a matte Tiffany blue. And yeah, so I started talking about color theory, and red is on the other side of the spectrum, so we're going to do a, we'll call it cyan blue eye, but I'm also going to incorporate just a little bit of red. So I'm just putting this Originality all over my lid. But yeah, this is a really pretty shade that you don't really see that often. The purple look that I did with the Scorpio palette in that other video, at the end of the day I took my makeup off and the purple stained my entire eye area. And that's what happens when you work with eyeshadows that are also pigments. So you kind of have to expect that. All right, now let's switch to more of a shader brush. And we're going to go into the shade called Moon in Sagittarius. And all this is a deeper version of the other shade. So it's not a Tiffany blue, it's more of a truer cyan blue. Some people would look at that and see turquoise, but I don't. That doesn't look turquoise to me. It's cyan. What is cyan? Cyan is a cross between blue and green, and it has a tiny bit of red in it as far as the hex numbers go. But it's mainly a cross between blue and green, which is also what teal is. Teal is also a blue-green, but it's deeper. So we're just putting that in the crease. And I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit more, and we're going to put that right in the outer part of my lid. And they call this mirror color teal, but it's really cyan, because teal is actually a deeper shade than this. But yeah, I don't use that hatchet mirror anymore because I'm not a violent person, so it just doesn't fit who I am. And I've always liked these star mirrors, and I thought it was high time that I bought myself one. Okay, so yeah, there's not a huge difference between these two colors, but there is just enough of a difference to give it some contrast. I'm going to switch back to Originality just for a minute and just put a little bit more on the area of the lid that looks like it needed just a bit more coverage. There we go. Okay, and again, I'm going to switch back to my crease brush and just, give it a little bit more of a blend here. All right, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this NYX Retractable eyeliner in black and pop that on my waterline before I do anything else, because if you put it on after, it doesn't work as well. At this point, I have to kind of talk to my brain and ask my brain to not make my eye water, because as soon as it sees the eyeliner, it wants to start watering. Okay, so eyeliner is on. Now we can move on to the next step. So we're going to take this small precision brush and we are going into the shade called Sex Slayer, which is a matte red. And I'm going to pick up some of that on my brush, and we are going to drag that underneath the lower lash line. So I put a little bit more towards the outside than I did the inner part. So you want it to get more narrow as you go in. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Profusion brow palette, and I'm just going to take a small brush and dip into the brow light shade, and I'm going to put that as my brow bone highlight. Just brush that on, pick up a tiny bit more, and go right in that inner corner. And I'm going to curl my lashes. And like I always say, give it time. This needs time to do its job. Squeeze. Looks like torture device, I know, but it makes a difference in how your lashes look. L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. I had kind of put this mascara aside for a while, but it works. It's a very good mascara. And it has different combs on different sides of it, so you can take the shorter bristles and use it for your bottom lashes, and then take the longer ones and use them on the top lashes. All right, I'm going to shut the camera off and do the other eye, and then we're going to come back and do the lips. Okay, so we're all caught up and I'm going to obviously do a red lip. And for a lip pencil, I'm going to use the Hard Candy Little Viper lip liner that came out with their Halloween collection this year, or I should say their Wednesday collection, because I feel like this liner is going to match the lipstick that I want to use the best. So I'm just lining my lips. And that lip oil has dried down just enough for me to get this on without it going all over the place. And for a lipstick, I thought it would be appropriate to use the Jeffree Star Trap lipstick in the shade Red Affair. And this was one of the lipsticks that I got in my Halloween Supreme mystery box. So I'm just going to fill in what I just did. So it's just a pretty straightforward red lipstick. And you might think that, you know, putting cyan and red together is a crazy combination, but I like doing the whole opposite on the color wheel thing. I think it gives you a vibrant, bold, unusual color combination, and somehow the opposites work, or I think they do anyway. So that is my Jeffree Star Scorpio palette tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this kind of content, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, if you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, thanks so much for watching.